the city of Abeokuta, capital of Ogun State. And it's a program again where we come to give you what you're expecting from the daily newspaper headlines today. I'm having the Vanguard and the Punch newspaper. My name is Moriri Rabida Lawal.
It's my pleasure to welcome all our viewers across the globe this morning, 29th of June 2023. My name is Ige Olalekon. As I welcome you to the headline for today, Rabila, Happy Eid Kabir Mubarak.
I appreciate your greetings, and it's so beautiful that when you are with your family to celebrating it with good heart. But here we are in the office.
It is well. God will take control.
Amen.
And with me, I have the following newspaper: Vanguard newspaper, People's Gazette, Vanguard, Leadership, and the Nation newspaper.
Alright, I'm having the Punch like I said earlier, and I'm using the Vanguard as a second paper for today. And the very first story coming from the Punch newspaper has the headline with Salah, current pains necessary, says Tinubu. Governments preach unity.
And from the Vanguard newspaper, CJS moves to fill Supreme Court vacant seat, spark confusion.
Ex-jammed registrar used fake names to commit fraud, ICPC alleges.
People's Gazette, Governor Abiodun begged Nigerians to be patient with Tinubu's administration.
Marketers project 700 naira per litre petrol.
Presidency fires back at PDP LP over alleged anti-people's policies.
Obaseki to place LASU best student on salary, sponsor law school program.
And from Leadership, Sultan to political leaders, shed your extravagant lifestyle for Nigerians' sake.
And from the Vanguard newspaper, presidency fires back at PDP LP over alleged anti-people policy.
Tinubu to Nigerians, let's shun ethnic, religious rivalries.
CJN's move to fill Supreme Court vacant seats sparks confusion.
Tinubu's government will address infrastructural deficits, Shetima.
And going to the news and proper, as Nigerians celebrate Eid al-Kabir, the main opposition People's Democratic Party PDP and Labour Party LP yesterday accused the President Bola Tinubu-led All Progressive Congress APC administration of implementing anti-people policies they said had made it difficult for many people to celebrate. The PDP and the LP's criticism, which came on the day President Tinubu clocked 1 month in the saddle, and state the immediate response from the presidency, which accused the PDP of being envious of Tinubu's achievement in 3 weeks, saying the president did in 3 weeks that what the PDP could not do in 16 years. The rider again, presidency fires back at PDP LP over alleged anti-people policy.
From People's Gazette, Governor Abiodun begs Nigerians to be patient with Tinubu's administration. Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State on Wednesday urged Nigerians to be more patient with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, saying they will soon begin to see his reforms' positive outcome. The governor made the appeal while speaking with journalists shortly after this year Eid el-Kabir prayers at the Lantoro praying ground in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Mr. Abiodun, who was represented by Senator Salusi Shuaib, Ogun Central APC, said more funds would be available to the federal government to address Nigerians' needs with the removal of fuel subsidy. Nigerians need to be patient with President Tinubu over the removal of fuel subsidy. The hardship being experienced now is temporary. And to the rider, Governor Abiodun begs Nigerians to be patient with Tinubu's administration.
The next story coming from the Vanguard newspaper this morning is coming from the CJN. In this report, dated June 14 and June 19, 2023 respectively, issued by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN Justice Olukayode Ajibola, on his request for fresh nominations for consideration for appointment into the Supreme Court. At that time, Nigerians were waiting for the National Judicial Council and JC to transmit the list of recommended justices of the Apex Court to President Bola Tinubu, and argues that the language of the notice appears to have sparked confusion in the legal community, particularly regarding the fate of 29 appeal court justices, nothing ambition of elevation to the apex bench. Also, Moving on June 14, 2023, the CJN, Ajibola, requested the president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, Mr. Y. Mekel San, and the president of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Dorwen Mason, to nominate suitably qualified candidates for consideration for appointment into the Supreme Court. The writer again, CJN's move to fill Supreme Court vacant seats sparks confusion.
And from the Vanguard newspaper, presidency fires back at PDP LP over alleged anti-people's policy. As Nigerians celebrate Eid el-Kabir, the main opposition People's Democratic Party PDP and the Labour Party PLP yesterday accused the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led All Progressive Congress APC administration of implementing anti-people's policy. They said they had made it difficult for many people to celebrate. The PDP and LP criticism, which came on a day President Tinubu clocked 1 month in the saddles, elicited immediate response from the presidency, which accused the PDP of being envious of Tinubu's achievement in 3 weeks, saying the president did in 3 weeks what the PDP could not do in 16 years. Similarly, the ruling APC urged Nigerians to continue to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is taking courageous and decisive steps to reposition Nigeria for rapid economic growth and wholesome greatness. And to the rider, presidency fireback at PDP LP over alleged anti-people's policy.
And also to the Punch newspaper this morning, we have the rider, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and state governors on Wednesday assured Nigerians that economic pains and hardship they were facing would soon turn to prosperity. They said the current pains were necessary, noting that the people's sacrifices would pave the way for abundance and a better future for the country. Tinubu and the governor spoke in separate statements on the Salah celebrations across the country. Speaking in Lagos shortly after observing the Eid prayers at the Obalende Muslim praying ground, located near Doden Barracks, the former seat of power in Lagos, the president said, "We have to make the sacrifices, and that is clear, we have to." His message was contained in a statement signed by his special advisor on special duties, communication and strategy, Adeleke. The rider again from the Punch, Salah celebration, current pains necessary, says Tinubu, governors preach unity.
And from the leadership, Sultan to political leaders, shared your extravagant lifestyle for Nigerians' sake. Nigerian leaders have been enjoined to stop their extravagant lifestyle and work hard to ease the poor living condition of ordinary Nigerians. This call was made yesterday by the leader of the Jamaat Islam and Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminent Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, in an Eid el-Kabir message to Nigerians. The Sultan would declare that Nigeria is at a crossroad in every ramification, considering the challenges facing the country. Urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other new leaders to do everything possible as fast as they could to make lifestyle easier for the Nigerian masses. In a statement issued by its Secretary General Professor Khalid Abubakar Aliyu to facilitate with Muslim and Eid Kabir, expressed concern at the continuous deteriorating condition of the average Nigerian due to extreme poverty and high level of inflation. The statement read in part, "On this joyous occasion, Sultan would like to extend its facilitation to the new leaders at all levels in the executive and legislative arm. They should be mindful of the trust reposed in them by Allah and humanity, on which they will ask to give account on the day of judgment." And to the rider, Sultan to political leaders, shed your extravagant lifestyle for Nigerians' sake.
Former governor of Oyo State and Otun Olubadan of Ibadan land, IG Rashid Ladoja, on Wednesday broke his silence on the elevation of 11 high chiefs to the status of bearded crown Oba, saying he was not interested in any crown than that of the Olubadan of Ibadan land. Information had exclusively reported that Governor Seyi Makinde approved the promotion of 11 Ibadan high chiefs to bearded crown Obas, and Friday, July 7, are being tentatively fixed for their installation, as stipulated in the letter sent to the governor by the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Obalekan Balogun. Other high chiefs to be elevated are Balogun of Ibadan land, Owolabi Olakunleyin, Ọ̀tún Balógun, Tajudeen Ajibola Òsì Olúbàdàn, Eddie Oyewole Òsì Balógun, Lateef Adébímpé Àṣìpa Olúbàdàn, Bíọ́dún Kọ́lá Dáìsí Àṣìpa Balógun, Kọ́lá Adégbọlá Ẹ̀kẹrin Olúbàdàn, Hamidu Ajíbádé Ẹ̀kẹrin Balógun, Olúbùnmi Ìsíòyè Ẹ̀karùn Olúbàdàn, Báyọ̀ Àkàndé and Ẹ̀karùn Balógun Abiodun Azeez. The rider Laloja rejects Makinde's planned elevation of high chiefs in the battle.
And from the Nation newspaper, Tinubu to Nigerians, let's shun ethnic religious rivalry. As Nigerians joined billions of Muslims across the globe to mark Eid el-Kabir yesterday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu enjoined citizens to shun ethnicity and religious division. The president spoke at the Dodan Barrack praying ground in Lagos after observing the 2 Rakat prayers to mark the major Islamic celebration of sacrifice. Reports from across the country indicated a peaceful celebration except for minor incidences, including the interceptions of a man with a car laden with explosive on Tuesday by the police in Yobe State. His planned terrorist activities was nipped in the bud, with the president at the praying ground for his first Eid Kabir, where his son Yinka, Chief of Staff Femi Gbajabiamila, National Secretary Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat, former Lagos State Governor, ex-ministers Babatunde Fashola, Lagos State House of Assembly Speaker Mudashiru Obasa, elder statesmen and former Federal Commissioner Alhaji Femi Okunu, and a host of others dignitary. Tinubu said, "I thank Almighty Allah for keeping us in good health till today and pray to Him to grant us robust health and prosperity. May our sacrifice turn into prosperity. We have to make the sacrifice, and that is clear. We have to. But Allah will not give you a burden that you cannot carry. He is there for us. We must have faith in this country, have faith in ourselves, believing that as citizens of this country, we must join hands to build the nation." And to the rider, Tinubu to Nigerians, let's shun ethnicity, religious rivalry.
Former Nigerian boxer Jeremiah Jerry Okorodudu died at a private hospital in Lawrence, Lagos on Wednesday night after battling with foot ulcer that left him bedridden for weeks. Okorodudu's wife Adeleke confirmed the news of his death. However, Adeleke said the hospital was not willing to release her husband's corpse until the outstanding 600,000 medical bill is paid. He is dead now, but will still need to pay 600,000 naira to get his body out of the hospital, Adeleke said. And I reported last week that the Olympian was feeling better following several transfers from different hospitals, mainly due to lack of funds, before he was brought to the Lawrence Hospital. Secretary General Nigeria Boxing Board of Control and President West Africa Boxing Union Remi Aboderi also confirmed that the Olympian had passed away. The rider, coming as a sad one, Olympian Okorodudu dies. Hospital seizes corpse over unpaid 6 million naira.
And from People's Gazette, Tinubu's government will address infrastructural deficit, Shettima. Vice President Kassim Shettima has assured Nigerians President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government will promptly address the infrastructural deficit in the country. Mr. Shettima gave the assurance on Wednesday in Maiduguri when he paid a Salah homage to the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Gambru. "I am here to assure the Shehu of the maximum support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and that all the challenges confronting us as a people will be surmounted," the Vice President said. He said all the infrastructural challenges in the country will be addressed, including the Gamboru, Ngala, Dukwe and Dambobua Road in Borno. The Shehu of Borno raised some very poignant issues facing the society, especially with regard to infrastructural deficit, stated Mr. Shettima. And to the rider, Tinubu's government will address infrastructural deficit, Shettima.
Oil marketers are projected that the pump price of petrol could rise above 700 naira per litre in northern Nigeria starting from July. The National Controller Operations Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mike Osatuyi, on Wednesday said that prices could rise to above 700 naira per litre in the north once independent marketers start importing product from July. He He said while those living in the northern states could pay as much as 700 naira per litre and above 1 litre of petrol, those outside Lagos should expect to pay around 610 naira per litre, as residents in Lagos will pay about 600 naira per litre. This information is coming from the rider. Marketers project 700 naira per litre of petrol in Nigeria.
And from the Nation newspaper, opera over Governor Adeleke's clash with ex-Senate spokesman at Eid Prayer Ground. There was opera at Osogbo Eid Prayer Ground on Wednesday when Osun Governor Adeleke and ex-Senate spokesman Ajibola clashed over sitting arrangement. The Nation observed Bashiru arrived the Eid Prayer Ground located at Okebale around 9:35 a.m. with Muslim and community leaders in a car belonging to the Asiwaju of Musulumi in Yoruba land, Chief Badmus for Tukarat congregational prayer. Bashir sat on the front row of the ground with other leaders, but the chieftains of the People's Democratic Party, Muniru Raji, confronted the ex-lawmakers. He was sitting on a seat reserved for Governor Adeleke, though Bashir moved from the seat to the extreme edge of the front row. The chieftains objected and ordered that Bashir should move to the second row, which he refused. And to the headline once again, opera over Governor Adeleke's clash with ex-Senate spokesman at Eid Prayer Ground.
There are some normalcy and there are some understanding and there are some natural set of reasoning in the both religion and even the third one, because there is hierarchy and regard for God, the ultimate and the supreme. My number one question to that very scenario that happened at Ede, Osun State,
Exactly.
from the governor himself. His names alone tells the blind, the dead, and the living that he is a Christian.
Yes.
Number two, Nigeria is a secular state that even a Christian can go to the mosque,
Sure.
and even a Muslim can be at the mosque. As I am now, if I'm sent out to cover an event in the church, it is my career, it is my job, my duty to go there. If truly the governor of Osun State wants or wanted to act with due immunity, 100%, he should have sit his ass, I beg your pardon, respect to him. He should have sit anywhere he intends to. Then let the imam or the second in command or the missionary board comes to meet him. As the number one CSO of the state, please come to so position to sit down. But because the fact that governor, are you there for yourself or you are there for the people?
Moriri.
I'm still coming.
Okay.
Number two, this same person he had the issue with was there before his arrival. And in the religious aspect, as Muslims concerned, no matter your rank, we are all equal before Allah. Forget about this materialistic recognition we give to ourselves on earth. No matter your rank, even if you are the sultan, if you get late to the mosque, the next thing for you as a human, as a flesh and bone and dust, all you need to do is remain humble. Sit wherever it pleases you. Let them now give you that recognition, because it will touch their heart. He's around. Let's call him to the front. Not you bragging. Hold on. But because they are oppositions and he's a governor, let me tell you his full name. Ademola Nuruddin Jackson Adeleke. Coming to the governorship race, he brought in Nuruddin. He had remained with Ademola Jackson Adeleke. But the kangaroo style of politics in Nigeria, like one candidates in Oyo State who came out with a Muslim name, either Balogun, I've forgotten the combined names. We use these names just to confuse themselves, not residents of their states respectively, just for the votes to win a position. And when they fail, they go into vacuum, silence. You will never hear them again. But the moment they attain that position, they tend to go with the name. You have your point, and you will still speak about your point again. But the truth is that if you belong to the Christianity, let us know. Let me remind all viewers on this program today, when he was declared governor of Osun State, the very first place he went to do his Thanksgiving was at the church. The Muslims are not blind. The Christians are not fooled either. Their family are known to be members of the 7 Days Adventists, except the late Sheribamo, the Gov, may his soul rest in peace, first civilian governor of Osun State, Senator Isiaka Adeleke, who remained till his death with a Muslim Ummah. Also an uncle to the reigning sensation, David Adeleke, son to Deji Adeleke. They are all Christians. If truly you understand what the religion says, Islam and Christianity says, just fold your arms. Even if the person refuses you to come and occupy the space left for you, there is no superior or superiority before Allah, before any God. I'm not condemning his act, but I'm only explaining what he ought to have done.
Now, Moriri, let me just come in from that end. One thing I want us to understand is, number one, when you become the governor of a state, you are neither the governor of Christian nor the governor of
Let me add up again. You are a servant to a state.
You are a servant to a state. Fine. But in this case, according to the report, by the time before the governor got to the prayer ground,
yes.
Now, I believe the seat might have been arranged. But the truth of the matter is, it was not even the governor that challenges
this person,
Bashir.
Okay.
Before the arrival of the governor, one of the PDP chieftains, that is in person of Muniru Raji, he was the one that approached Bashiru and told him that that seat is meant for the governor. It's reserved for the governor. Before the governor comes up, before his arrival, someone has gone ahead to meet with this man and told him that that seat is meant for the governor. And just as the sayings go that, honor is given to whom honor is due. In every occasions, they always reserve a seat for the governor of the state. You understand me? So I believe Alhaji Bashiru should have known that since that place is meant for the governor, fine. He might be a former senator or something. There will always be a place for him. So he shouldn't have gone ahead to sit on that seat.
Let me now ask you. You have your points again. And whatever happened on that heat ground, you are a Christian.
Sure.
But let me explain to you. There is nothing like a seat on the heat ground. It's only a spread out mat that goes a long way to cover to its length. After the imam to observe this prayer, the holy prayer, and the next line will be for dignitaries. I say dignitaries. I did not mention governor alone. In Nigeria, we worship position than our God. So their understanding was basically on oppositions, not for God, but for flesh and the party they belong to. They brought in politics to the hill ground, the holy ground. Both of them, the ex-senator and the governor, and the one that went to him to say the seat, that's the position,
that's the space.
Yes, he was occupying, meant for the governor.
Exactly.
Let me ask a direct question to any of their supporters.
Okay.
any one of them, do we have anyone that deem it fit to go and clear that Eid ground before the special prayer? Was there anyone on record to go and perform the duty of making those places conveniently for everyone to praise Allah? And mind you, that prayer was never meant for Allah. It was meant for heads that performs it. Because you now approach him that this space is meant for the governor, and the man refuses. Let me tell you one thing. According to the Islamic religion, even if you are the chief imam, and the time for the prayer has come, after a minute and you're not there, somebody else might fill in the position. Both of them never understand what the religion states. The very person from APC, ex-senator, that sat down there, I'm not supporting him. Neither am I against him. He was there. While he was sitting, those people that arranged this sitting on the mat, they are there now. They were there.
Exactly.
Why not tell him immediately?
Exactly.
It's just oppositions. And this is what is killing Nigeria polity. They just come with anything to just give us some other digression from the normal path we ought to be following. Now, it will now remain a conflict, a war between APC and PDP in the state. Already, there is a division in the APC in Osun State between Arrangment, ex-governor, Oyetola, ex-governor. Now, APC versus PDP, three wars going on in Osun State. Are they sincere to themselves at all? Are they worthy to be praised at all? Again, that scenario was never meant to be a religious crisis. It is politics. I rest my case.
Let's quickly look at these headlines where the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party are bringing up some allegation against the current administration that all the policies that the new president has been putting in place are anti-people. What's your take on that?
Again, that story will be the last one for the day. Because, see, I wish I'm good at Yoruba very, very well. But let me continue with the language I'm best at. When you beat, or let me say, when a police arrests a thief, I will go in the pidgin way, just like veteran and legendary Fela Ajibola Kuti. When police catch thief, you go hear thief, they talk, say, I'm not a thief, I'm not a thief, I'm not a thief. Now my first time be this, now my first time be this. My brother, again. PDP and LP, them be brothers now, because then they defeated.
Exactly.
They all going to join party against APC. Ask them, 16 years of their reigns, shall we ever hear anything about LP party? Peter will be there for PDP now. They're not given a position to become president, and they can go LP.
Exactly.
They can't confuse themselves, can't there for dissolution. Now, because they can't defeat them, they can't join hands together to one mock APC. Ask them this question. People watching us, put it under the comment section. 16 years of their rulings. What was the succor and happiness they brought to Nigerians? I rest my case.
Well, if you are just joining us, we are on BGI TV Current, and it has been a lovely day taking you through the dailies for the day. My name is Ige Olalekon. For any response or comment, please you put it on the comment section of the program. We love you, and I rest my case.
We always like you giving us your feedback, either to criticize us, either to educate us, either to comment us, or to commend us rather. I love positive feedback and negative feedback. It brings out the best in us. We are here for you always. My name is Moribe Rabila Lawal. And to the Muslim Ummah, faithful Muslim Ummah, who understand the religion, and to all the Christians, please, may we continually celebrate peaceful festive period in our lifetime. Congratulations to all the Muslims once again. My name is Moriru Rebila Lawal. Good morning.